Hi, I'm João from Classplash and I'm very happy to present to you our music educational apps. As I am a music teacher myself, the goal of Classplash is to support you in creating very dynamic and innovative music lessons, to save your valuable time with all the preparations, and to have a lot of fun together with your students in their learning activities. Our apps have a very specific level design, game mechanics, exclusive sheet music which are based on methodologies from Orff to Kodali, as well as our World of Music curriculum. A program that we have tested and implemented at the Classplash Music Academy for years. This way they are structured like a textbook or schoolbook, but here it's not about the exercise 1, 2 or 3. No, it's about unlocking levels, hitting high scores, helping dragons, animated music notes, learning instruments, composing by yourself, creating your own sheet music, but overall to have a lot of fun. Those are the advantages that you can offer your students in classroom, in remote learning, or simply as homework. Based on educators' feedback, students propose what they would love to do in class, where the journey is going. And again, this will save your time in preparing your music lesson. You can use our different apps separately or very effectively together as our World of Music series. This way you can design completely your music lesson. From rhythm with percussion instruments, melody with soprano recorders, harmony with ukulele and guitars, up to sight reading. To get some ideas, feel free to check out our YouTube videos 50 Minutes in the World of Music. Our apps are available on the most common platforms. Well, you could ask yourself, wait a minute, I will need high tech in my classroom. Well, that's not quite correct. In classroom, you only need a PC with microphone, speakers and a projector. That's more than sufficient. But if you have one, feel free to use your interactive whiteboard. And if your students have their own devices, that's very cool, because now it's time to stimulate student-centered learning. At home or in remote learning, you only need a PC, Mac, tablet or smartphone. And connecting your device to a TV is also very popular. Again, the fun factor is the key rule. And designing your lesson this way, you will give your students an opportunity to dip into the world of music, where everything is about exploring. So kids will play and experience. And at the end they realize, I actually learned something. Now let's move on to the presentation of our apps. Rhythmic Village. Not only children, but also the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton had a hard time in reading music. Sheet music is not only abstract. It's difficult to understand because it's about pitch and note value at the same time. As human beings, we have a deep connection to rhythm. Just think about the heartbeat of our mother. So rhythm is a must-have. If you want to make music with kids, using percussion instruments is super cool. This here, not so cool and complex. These here are the Rhythmics. They represent the note values and are super funny. In Rhythmic Village you go on a journey and your checkpoint is a village full of rhythm. So storytelling. Kids can make high scores by unlocking exercises, levels, like in video games. You can use digital instruments, real percussion instruments, or body percussion, because of our sound detection system that will detect the sounds that you are performing. The note values, Rhythmics, will be unlocked step by step, and the rhythmic challenges will increase. To imitate, hear and repeat is neurologically important, and this method has established itself over decades. Therefore, the first game variation is listen and drum it. Now, your students can imitate the Rhythmics, repeat after them, or in classroom you can pause the level and practice together with your students. Fire Dance, a refreshing alternative. Here students can play along like in tap games or Guitar Hero, stimulate their senses for rhythm, and reinforce their knowledge related with note values. In the Buffalo Run, it's about ear training. Number 1 is the one that will recognize the right sequence in time. and decisions will be discussed between your students. Very similar to Save the Rhythmics. Again, ear training. But here we go a step beyond. Here it's not only to identify the right sequence. Here you have to take the different note values and reconstruct the right sequence. In our Jam Temple, your students will find the unlocked percussion instruments. Let's jam together! There are also explanations that go a little bit into the theory for the more demanding colleagues among us. In the levels here in Drum It and Fire Dance, you can activate your microphone. And here you can use real percussion instruments or body percussion. With an active microphone, you can rock together with your students in classroom. The sound of the whole class will be recognized. Teaching rhythm with Rhythmic Village proves itself even for guitar and ukulele lessons. You can engage strumming exercises and engage your students. After this experience, you can confront your students with a common sheet music and see what happened. They understand the rhythm. Switching here to our notation software can be very useful. In the last totem, the rhythmic sequences are automatically and infinitely generated. How long will your students survive this? Fun factor 100 for you and your students. Please notice that the rhythmic sequences are arranged in individual measures, time signature for quarters. Preview. Our focus at Classplash is to develop Rhythmic Village so that you will be able to import your own rhythmic exercises. What teachers talk about our apps you will find in the description, but feel free to research online. We want to support you 100%. Therefore, we offer for schools and educators additional materials like ebooks from Flute Master, logbook for lesson plans, the World of Music curriculum, and much more. We would be very happy if you subscribe to our newsletter. Please share your experience with us using diverse platforms from Facebook to Microsoft Teams, and we would love to see you in our community. Useful links you will find in the description. Very happy and grateful to see you again in the world of music. Let's Classplash, learn music.